Hey everybody, and welcome back to Mima's Crafts and Chaos. Hey, so been watching some videos. First of all, I wanted to let you know I'm sorry I haven't been posting very many videos lately. The reason why is because I had a lady, well, she's a friend of mine, her name is Rita, and she runs a podcast called Bold Beginnings, and it's a spiritual website. And she has me making all kinds of stuff for this podcast, because she also has she sells stuff to put back into her podcast. She puts the money back into her podcast. Anyway, so I've been really busy making a bunch of stuff for her. So, and I kind of want to give you a little sneak peek of some of the stuff that I've been making for her. And when I'm making these in big, there's a whole bunch of them together. So here's just a little quick sneak peek. These are some coasters that I've made. They're all spiritual type, and that. So like these ones, be the light, be still and know I am God. Faith does not make things easy, it makes them possible. Consider how, I'm sorry, I can't see. Consider how wild flowers grow. But anyway, they're all just kind of really pretty. I hope you can see that because of the glare. Anyway, and then I have this set that I made that all have scripture sayings or just spiritual type sayings. And then these, I haven't finished these totally up yet, but I'm working on it. They're all they're keychains that have either, like I said, scriptures or just spiritual type sayings on them. But they're really cute. They're turning out, I think they're turning out pretty cute. Try to get the glare off them for you. And then some that I've just done with the flakes, the chameleon flakes on them. Super pretty. Anyway, and then this doesn't have anything to do with resin, but this kept me busy for a few days. These are some bags that she had me make for, they're doing a retreat. So the ladies will get like a Bible and other stuff inside the bags. They're really cute. They turned out adorable, I think. They're not big bags. They're just like 12 inches tall by about 11 inches wide, but they're just small little bags. I'll grab two of that same one. Anyway, super cute. Took me a few days to get these. I had to make 16 of them. This one's kind of fun. I kind of what they call fussy cut this one so I could get a panel of each one on there. And then my daughter loves this one. She loves the earth tones. Anyway, so that's some of the stuff that I've been up to and the reason why I haven't gotten any videos out. But I've been watching a few videos here and there, and I run across these videos for the night lights, and I thought, that would be another something that we could put on her website with the faith and the spiritual and the scripture type stuff. Anyway, had a hard time finding things to put on them. But so I've actually, the other ladies that I watched Heart Creations by Renee. Hers turned out super cute. Well, they all turned out super cute. I shouldn't say just hers. Crazy Glass Lady, excuse me. I'm the crazy lady. She's just the crazy glass lady. Anyway, and then Glitz and Glitter by Michelle. I actually, there was a couple more, but what they were doing wasn't what I wasn't going for. Actually, Glitz Glitz and Glitter and Crazy Glass Lady did more of these kind of things. I noticed that Heart Creations by Renee, I was watching her and she was having a really hard time not having it run down into the mechanism. So I thought, I really don't want to tape a bunch of stuff off. I did tape the back off because I don't want it on the back. And so I just took the 3 little screws out of the mechanism and just took it apart to get the little glass out. Yeah, you have to have a little screwdriver to do it, but it wasn't that big of a deal for me. Anyway, so I'm going to do them like they did. They all did them with the UV resin. You can do them with just your regular epoxy resin. Like they all said, then you're going to have to wait in between layers depending on how many layers you're going to do. So that's what we're going to do today. I found these were actually on a cup thing. This was part of the set. These ones I won't be able to cut out because they're kind of hooked and they're a lot bigger. But anyway, these ones I could cut out. They did have this really pretty butterfly in between them. So when you put them on the cup, the butterfly was in the middle and then you had a saying on each side. But I just cut them up so that I could get them on there because they seem to be just the perfect size. So we're going to try that today. So I know that you've already seen a couple videos because I just barely watched Glitz and Glitter do hers like a couple of days ago. Michelle, I didn't look to see when Heart Creations by Renee came out or the Crazy Glass Ladies came out. I didn't catch the Crazy Glass Ladies name. I'm sorry about that. But sweet lady, sweet lady. Well, they all are really, I really love them all. I actually was not subscribed to Renee or the Crazy Glass Lady, but I am now. So I just wanted to give a shout out to those 3 because I watched their videos and they inspired me to do this. So anyway, we're gonna work on that today and see how this goes, see if it's going to work. And then I hope Rita is excited for it because I'm kind of excited to make some of these. You kind of get bored with making the same. I've made so many keychains because another thing that I've made for her is just crosses. I don't have any to show you because I made them. I mean, I could pop up just a picture of them, which I guess I could do that for you. Anyway, she has them all. They're already out on her website. She has them wherever she sells them and that. Plus, each one of those keychains is going in one of the little bags. So anyway, let's get started. All right. So I found this it's a mold that I made a while back. Anyway, I have this I wanted to make sure it was level because I didn't want it running anywhere. So, I mean, they're in the lines. The bubbles are in between the lines. It's a little off, but it's not horribly off. Should be okay. Anyway, I kind of like, I want to do the crushed crystal behind. And, yes, Michelle, your crushed crystal idea is very popular. Because it's beautiful and you come up with great things to put in stuff. So I'm going to add some of the crushed crystal. I don't want it to be a lot, but I don't want it to be just a tiny bit because it is going to be the background of it. This is the clear, the clear hard type so that it won't run as easy because it is thicker. Got me a little cup here to stir it in. And it's not overpowering because yes, you can definitely get out of control with this stuff very easily because a A little goes a long ways. So we're going to make a back coat with this. Oh, I want to wipe that off with alcohol first, just to make it so that if I got any fingerprints or anything on it, I can get those off. So we're going to wipe that with alcohol first. And you know, I think I want to flip this around because I want to be able to see that edge better. And I'm just going to make a quick little, make sure that I didn't adjust things, but looks okay. So I'm just going to pour this on here. If you've watched any of those other videos, it's going to be a lot the same. I kind of thought about putting a color behind it, but I really don't think that needs a color behind it, and I don't even know. The colors on that are so different. Probably be really hard to match anything. But I was also kind of thinking at one point that if I wanted to put a color behind, maybe I would put it on the very back of it instead of on the front. I don't know if that would, I mean, it should work, but because like your blue tape, the blue behind it's really pretty, but then you pull the tape off. Plus my tape has words on it, but anyway, just gonna spread this around, make sure I have it to all the edges. No little holes, no fish eyes, things. I want it to come out good since Rita hasn't seen these yet. Excuse my throat. But I'm hoping she'll like them. Around, make sure I can give that a second to kind of settle on its own. Get my lighter. I really don't think a lighter or anything is going to, I mean, you would have to really hold it there to melt this plastic. Kind of a harder plastic. Keeps pulling away from my edge a lot up here. Maybe I don't have enough on there. But I didn't want a super thick coat because you know you got to put a top coat on it to hold your sticker in place. I'm sorry, guys. You know that somebody sitting there clearing their throat is not attractive, but it's really hard when you have, it's that time of year where everybody has their colds or stuff going on. I guess we never get away from it. You either have allergies in the summertime, springtime, whatever, or colds in the wintertime. Okay. Just trying to keep this from pulling away from my edge. Getting different lights here to see. And kind of trying to think of ways that I could dress these up a little. Stay on the edge, please. Come on. Work for Mama. Trying to get that. Just keeps pulling away from the edge. Maybe I need a little more so that, because you know how when it starts to cure, you might get shrinkage too, and then that'll pull away from the edge. I just didn't want so much that I had a problem with running over the edge, you know? Because that's no fun either. Because then you have a mess to clean up. I hate to clean up messes, and I clean up messes a lot because I'm a very messy person. That looks like that might have helped, adding that little bit. Because now it's not pulling away quite as bad. Okay. Give it another little light. Make sure we got all the bubbles popped and that it's leveled out on its own. And before I stick it under my light, I'm going to hit it with this so that it don't move anymore. So far, so good. I don't see any runs, but that don't mean there isn't any. And I still tried not to get it down around there because I still want it to fit back into its little slot. And I see a spot where it pulled away right there. But we can fix that with the top coat. It'll work with the top coat. And I just want to make sure it's cured because I don't know how level that in there will be. I mean, I guess I could put my little thingy in there. Nope, it's not level. Well, if you push it up in there, it gets leveler. But I still want to just give it a quick little cure. And then I'm just going to stick this in there. Okay, so I thought while that was still curing, I might quickly show you what I did you do have to remove all 3 of the screws. I was hoping that just these top 2, but you don't. You have to remove all 3 of the screws to get this out. It's not that big of a deal. There's no wires to deal with or anything. And you just pop those out. I just like to pop the screws and then stick them in there so I don't lose them. And then on the back here, you do kind of have to give this a little pop to get this out. It doesn't just slide right out. That's why it was hard to get out. If I can get this one to move. The first one was really easy. I don't want to break it. Well, just because I decided to show you on camera, it's going to be hard. You just have to kind of work it around a little, maybe. Oh my, this one's going to argue with me. There we go. Yeah, came out, nothing broke. Anyway, that's all you do, and then you just have to pop that back in when you're going to put it back together. Just don't lose your this little thingy, and this, you got to make sure goes back down in that hole because that's where your light shines through, okay? So that's how those come apart. All right, this is all cured up. Let's put our lid back on our dust so we don't spill that. I'm going to just stick that in there and give that a little cure so it'll go away. Okay, so I'm taking my gloves off because I don't know how you guys do these stickers with gloves on. I cannot. The stickers stick to the gloves and then I end up getting them crooked and all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to take these off, maybe, without throwing everything on the ground and knocking everything over. I just want to try and get them off without having to, because these ones are not sticky or anything yet. So hopefully I can reuse them. My fingers are sweaty. Okay, so, sorry, throwing stuff on the ground. All right, so these are the kind that have the 2 different, I think they call them rub-ons or something like that. I'm not exactly sure what they call them, and part of it's not going to stick to where it's supposed to. Of course, everything has to be difficult just because you're filming, right? So when you're taking that off, I would just be super careful that none of your stuff sticks to the back. Then try and get this as centered as possible without getting any bubbles under it. Okay. I'm going to get it off of this for a second so I can put more pressure behind it. So I want to try and make sure I got all those down good. Trusty tweezers here. See if I can find a little edge on my top layer. And then when you're peeling it up, just be super careful that you're getting every little piece. Sometimes if you give it a little wiggle, it comes up a little easier. And if for some reason you notice that a little piece is sticking still to the top, just put it back down and give it another rub, and it should stick down. The butterfly on here has got the most prettiest colors in it. I love those teal and pinks. And see, just like so. Oh, that's going to be so pretty on there. And it covers up so much. I really don't think you need, and with the crushed crystal behind, really don't think you'd need to do any embellishments or anything to it. And then sometimes your top layer will leave like a sticky residue. It's not going to show, but me and my OCD or whatever you want to call it, because I can see where it's left little marks. I just like to kind of give it a little wipe with some alcohol. Don't rub too hard. You could possibly bring off some of your stickers if for some reason one of them's not on there good. So try and be gentle, which is a hard thing for me. I'm not gentle a lot. Okay, I think that's going to be super pretty once we get the top coat on it. I'm going to put this back over here, and once again, I just want to take my little thing and make sure we're still level. We still are pretty level. So, put my gloves back on. Took my wedding ring off because every time I try to put gloves on with my wedding ring, it gets turned around and then it's poking me in the finger or something, and it hurts. And my bracelets and stuff, because the gloves just get in the way of jewelry. So, anyway, and you'll have to excuse my ugly arm. I scratch so much, and now that I'm getting older, just one little scratch and I look like somebody tried to murder me. Okay, we're going to go back to the clear hard type because I do not want this to run over. This one's getting a little on the empty side. But we'll see how much we have in there. Usually you have a lot more in there than what you think. And I'm with Dawn, Michelle's husband on Glitz and Glitter. Mr. Glitz, I'm with you. I wish they would make a resin that was not sticky because that drives me crazy. And the other day when I was watching Renee from Heart Creations, you know, I've heard a lot of the other ones say it too, that they want to give shout outs to the ones to our other channels because, you know, it isn't a competition. We all learn from each other. And I really do think that was a really nice thing that she said and gave credit to. I believe she gave credit to Mary at She Resin Me Up. I think she's Resin Me Up. And the Crazy Glass Lady, which I wish I knew her name, but I don't. Anyway, I think that's a good idea that we all kind of just, you know, if you're learning something from somebody and we're all, and yeah, we may all be kind of, because there's only so many molds out there and stuff. We are going to all kind of eventually do the same molds or the same things like these. Because, I mean, why not? You know, if you didn't want somebody else to do your idea, you shouldn't be putting it out on the internet, right? So I think that's, you know, that's how we're sharing our creativeness and we learn from each other, even though like maybe, I don't know who came up with this in the beginning, but you know, each person puts their own little spin on it, which is kind of fun to see all the different people put their spins on it. I mean, what I'm doing is pretty much similar to what Michelle did and Renee, but I don't know. I still love the fact that we can all work together and all help each other out. And I love sharing my stuff on, I think I'm on Julie from Pouring Your Heart Out on her Facebook group and Michelle's Glitz and Glitter Facebook group. And it's so fun to show your work on there, and then people give you their comments, and everybody's very sweet and nice, and it's so much fun to see other people's work and what they've come up with. I'm just kind of making sure, kind of checking it out, making sure I don't have any weird spots. And I do have a dog that sheds, so when you have an animal that sheds, you have no idea where the hair all of a sudden came from. Well, and I shed badly too. Holy cow. It's a wonder I have any hair left. I'm hoping that's not going to get in the way right there, because it kind of went down in there just a tad, but not too bad. But so far, I'm liking that. It looks really cute. Just give it a little quickie cure. Plus, if you give it kind of this little quickie cure, when you put it in sometimes and I've heard other artists say this too, sometimes when you put it in your curing machine, the lights are so strong in there that it wrinkles it or makes it kind of ugly looking. And then you feel like you got to do another top coat. So anyway, all of mine are pretty much going to be the same. I'm just going to do this one for you guys, because this is actually going to be for Bold Beginnings, her podcast. So, and you guys should really go check that out if if you're faith oriented. She interviews a lot of people that have very beautiful stories to tell of how they found God, found Jesus. So you should go check her out. It's called Bold Beginnings, the podcast, and I think you'd really like it. Anyway, I'm going to get this cured. Then I'll show you some pictures at the end. I'll light it up for you and everything. We'll see how it looks. But anyway, if you like my videos, please subscribe, like, even if you just, and comment, even if you just leave an emoji in the comment, it does help the algorithm. It helps my videos show up on other people's platforms so that they can watch them, and then it helps me get more subscribers and stuff. So and share it with other people if you like my videos. It only takes a second. It's free. You're not going to die. I'm not going to contact you. It's not a scam in any way. If you know YouTube, you should know that it's like that. Anyway, so please like, subscribe, give me a comment, and hey, don't forget to embrace your chaos. Okay, see you next time.